You're listening to a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.
Good evening and welcome into Worthen Arena, the venue for tonight's Toledo Rockets versus Ball State Cardinals women's basketball game. I'm LJ Shrieve, to my left, Roen Elbert. Roen, we got a good game ahead of us. 9 minutes, 30 seconds until the clock winds down. We have the anthem, starters, and then tip-off. But until then, we're going to set people up with, I guess, not necessarily a full preview, but something to expect heading into tonight's game.
Well, LJ, there's a lot of emotions in this matchup, especially for Toledo's returning players, all 6 of the returning players, because remember, Ball State, that banner hanging up right behind us, winning the MAC championship last season for the first time since 2009. They had to defeat the Toledo Rockets in the championship game, a really close game, a really unpredictable game. Any team could have walked away with it. It was the Cardinals that time around. Toledo, tonight, they want their get back.
It is a rematch. First time these two teams will meet since, and it's a new year and very new teams on both sides and both benches. But, Roen, with that being said, both these teams being very new, the teams have had up and downs. We'll start with Ball State. They started off pretty hot, then they had a rough home loss here to UIC, but then they went on, won some games, lost some games. They had a tough non-conference schedule where they dropped 3 games in 1 week to on the road Davidson, then on the road at Louisville, then later that week on the road at South Dakota. And that's a tough stretch of 3 games. But since then, they're back in the win column. They're undefeated in MAC play. What do they need to do tonight in order to continue that winning streak?
Well, you got to keep doing what you're doing, because in MAC play so far, they've been hot. 3-0 like you mentioned. And this is Ball State. They're no strangers to this. Let's just say that. 11-0 to start MAC play last season. Obviously not a lot of returners from that team, but still the culture, it remains the same. I think for Ball State, you got to continue to control the pace. This is something that I think they do very well, better than most, if not all MAC teams. And really, that's something Toledo struggled with in their last game against Miami. Miami was playing fast to begin with. Toledo just couldn't catch up. If Ball State, if they want to play fast, I don't know if Toledo can catch up. And honestly, if Ball State wants to go with a more grit and grind approach, you know you can do that when you have Salenbine and Towers down low. If you want to go with that approach, I don't know if Toledo even has the height to deal with Ball State. So really, this is a matchup where the Cardinals have the upper hand, and it's no discredit to Toledo at all. This is a solid Toledo squad. We saw what they did last season. Sure, it's been up and down this year. They're exactly at 500 both in the MAC and overall. A little bit of a disappointing season for Toledo. They can compete with most, if not all, teams in the MAC, but really it's just a mismatch that the Cardinals look to take advantage of tonight.
You mentioned Breece Allenbine, Tessa Towers. Breece Allenbine, the Gonzaga transfer, is leading the way for the Cardinals, averaging just over 15 points a game, 8 rebounds. And then on the other side, you mentioned it, Tessa Towers. Her second season with the Cardinals has been off to a hot start last year. Didn't see the court a whole lot this year. It's a whole new team and a whole new opportunity for Tessa Towers. She's averaging 13.5 points a game, almost 9 rebounds. Both those bigs have been tremendous for the Cardinals.
Tessa Towers, you could say, oh, she came out of nowhere. But really, I think if you really paid attention, you could have seen this coming from a mile away. A second season with Brady Solly. Brady Solly took her in last season after a couple of years at Wisconsin and wanted to make her his project player. Really had to work on the footwork. That was the big thing, the fouling. But Towers, she's really looked impressive. She worked hard on that in the offseason. If there was a Most Improved Player award, not just for Ball State's team, but for the MAC in general, I'd find it hard to find a better player for that award than Tessa Towers.
You look on the other side, and there's a name that definitely stands out in the sense of on film, on paper. It's Kendall Carruthers. She is so good with the ball in her hands, and she is someone that has been consistent for the Cardinals not only this season, last season, we knew that she'd have a bigger role coming into this season. How's she done?
Yeah, Kendall Carruthers is a player that Toledo is going to run their entire offense through. Whether she's driving, whether she's looking for open players, she leads the team in points, leads the team in assists. That's for a reason. She's the maestro of this offense. Or whether she just wants to shoot from beyond the arc, which you'll see that quite often. However, with Carruthers, you just saw last season, she made such a big impact, especially later on in the season. And now she has the reins of the team. Because, I mean, really Toledo, they lost 2 of their best players from last season. And now Carruthers fully has the reins in her junior season. And so far, I think she's done a great job with it. Really what it comes down to, it's been tough defensively in some games for Carruthers, but perfect opportunity to bounce back here tonight against Ball State.
Carruthers has definitely been the person, when she has the ball, the defense knows she's looking to get a shot up. She can score all 3 levels, but it's not just been her all season. Yes, they look to her in order to lead the team, but also you look other places. Faith Fed Robinson, she has stepped up in a big way. She's averaging just over 11 points a game. The sophomore who played a decent amount last season, but nothing crazy. She was a part of the All-MAC freshman team last year. She's really stepped up with those other people being gone from last season. What do you expect to see from her tonight?
Yeah, because if you're head coach Ginny Bogus, going into this season, that's probably the player you wanted to see improve the most. Yeah, maybe a short sample size of Fed Robinson last season, but what she showed you is she has the capabilities to be in the future an All-MAC player. I mean, she was an All-MAC freshman team player, and really what impresses me with her, and it's not just Fed Robinson, it's also Miriam Diala down low. Those two, maybe not the tallest players, but they're so physical down low, and they're going to give Salumbine and Towers a hard time.
It's going to be an interesting one to see how these 2 teams match up. Before we send it to a break, Roen, keys to the game.
Really for Ball State, like I was saying earlier, you have to control the pace, because if they can control the pace, then it's really tough to beat this Ball State team. And I think they're a team that they can play fast, they can beat you downhill, and they can also beat you with a slower type of game. They can beat you in the paint. And really for Toledo, you got to limit the turnovers. Watching the film against Miami, you can't have 27 turnovers and win the game. I've been a key believer in the component of you can't have more than 12 turnovers and win the game. I know it's a little bit different in today's day and age of college basketball, but 27 turnovers, yeah, it's impossible to win a game with those numbers. If Toledo wants a shot against Ball State tonight, if they want to avenge their loss in the MAC title game last season, they have to limit the turnovers.
Those will be things to watch for in tonight's game. 1 minute and 50 seconds are on the clock. We will send it to a quick break as we get ready for the anthem. And starters, you've been listening to the SL pregame show live on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team. is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. Gainbridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
Ranked number 1 in the nation by the Broadcast Education Association. This is Ball State Sports Link with Sports Link Digital Radio.
On nights like this in Muncie, the game feels bigger than the hardwood. The lights hum, the crowd settles in, and somewhere between the opening tip and the final horn, stories get writing. The rivalry, Ball State and Toledo, has always been about more than wins and losses. It's about pride carried across state lines, about players who grew up dreaming of moments exactly like this one. 40 minutes, 10 players at a time, and one more chapter being waiting. Welcome into John E. Worthen Arena. I am LJ Shrieve. To my left, Roen Elbert. Roen, we talked about it just a couple moments ago in the pregame, but this is a big game. It's a rematch of the MAC championship last year. Two teams that have been dominant in the MAC for the past previous years. What do you expect to see tonight?
Really, both teams are going to be playing with a sense of urgency, especially Toledo, coming off one of the ugliest losses of the season to Miami. Sure, Miami, they're undefeated. They're a great team every season, but it was just tough for Toledo, especially coming from where they were last season. The turnovers, huge problem. 27 turnovers on the game. That was a big reason as to why they opened up the game down 6-0. They were down at one point 12-2. Miami just completely dominated from the get-go, and really that never changed. I think they're going to play with a sense of urgency. They're going to try and play fast as much as they can, but that's going to be tough against this Ball State team that, like I was saying earlier, all season they've been able to control the pace so well. The Cardinals, they will make any team, it doesn't matter who they are, they'll make any team play their style of basketball. And who knows that better than the Ball State Cardinals themselves? It's going to be tough for Toledo, but if they come out, they don't let the Cardinals control the pace. If they're able to play quickly and if they're able to play urgently, then Toledo can make this a really fun ball game.
Toledo's starters down low, Diala, Cole, Anuba, and then you look at the two that are leading the way, Fed Robinson and Carruthers. Then on the Ball State side, looks pretty traditional. Norman at the 1, Grace Kingery at the 2. You have Anise Tagayi at the 3. And then down low, Bree Sallenbein, Tessa Towers. It'll be a good one. It's a red out here in Muncie, Indiana, in Worthen Arena, except Roen and I are not in red.
We're in black.
Yeah.
We didn't get the memo, but it's all right. Yeah, the starting lineup for Ball State, this is what we've seen all season because, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, especially with Towers and Sallenbein down low. Brady Sowley, he knows that Toledo really doesn't have the height to match those players. I think they do have the physicality, especially with Diala and Fed Robinson. I think Toledo does have it in that category, which makes it such a fun matchup.
Cole and Tagayi will tip at center court. Toledo in blue with gold trim. The Cardinals white with red. Tip is up in the air, fought for and won by the Rockets. They will move right to left. Carruthers has it, crossing the timeline. Off a double screen, moves to her left. It will go the Cardinals' way with an illegal screen. A good defensive stop.
Yeah, sloppy basketball to start with Toledo. I like the idea with the double screen because you have Diala and Fed Robinson both waiting in the wings, getting the opportunity open for Carruthers, but just sloppy that time for Diala.
Norman sets up the offense, pitches it over to Towers. Now Tagayi off a Towers screen. Kicks to the corner, and Kingery has it. Finds a cutting Tagayi. Her layup is left just a bit short off the left block and corralled by the Rockets. Carruthers quickly moving, crossing the timeline, and dumps down low. Diala has it. Pivots around, gives a screen. Now working around the perimeter. Back to Carruthers. She's a lefty. Drives in. Pump fake. Fadeaway shot is good, and a tough one over Norman.
That was a textbook defensive play by Carson Norman. Good D, better O. Carruthers, so hard to stop.
9:06 left, 2-0, the lead to the Rockets. Sallenbein has it on the left block. Taking her time, puts it up with the right hand, does not go. Fought for, loose ball, goes out of bounds. The official signals it to Toledo. Tagayi disagrees, but the Rockets will have possession as they lead 2-0 with 8:56 to go in the first.
But, man, you have to respect the way Tagayi fought for that ball. Despite not having the height that Fed Robinson has, she was able to get in there, get a hand on it. So impressive.
Carruthers picked up full court. Gets it across and works to her right. Round the perimeter, finds a cutter. Layup is not good, off the back of the rim from Fed Robinson and into the hands of the Cardinals. A pass goes wide off the hands of Kingery from Norman. They slap hands, make up, but the Cardinals scoreless in the first 90 seconds.
That's a rare mistake for Norman. I really like her court vision that time. Just a little bit wide right on the pass.
Carruthers has it. Working across the timeline, gets trapped, gets rid of it. Now Cole swings it across. Carruthers catch and shoot at the top of the key, rattles in and out. Fought for a rebound into the hands of Sallenbein.
Yeah, that's the second possession in a row we've seen that with Toledo. Got to be tough for them.
Down low, Towers has it on the left block. Finds a cutting Tagayi. She puts it up, rattles around the rim, and it goes. Gets on the board for the Cardinals. Just under 8 minutes to play. It's tied at 2. Working around the perimeter, now with the ball is Anuba. Works off a screen, goes behind her back. Closely guarded by Tagayi, swings it over to Cole. Now Carruthers has it on the right wing. Drives, penetrates in the corner. Anuba, her corner three, bounces off the rim, can't get it. Wide open layup, does not go for Cole. She gets her own rebound, puts it right back up and in. A missed assignment there from Sallenbein, rare from the grad transfer.
Yeah, Towers wasn't boxing out either, just a wide open Cole in the area.
Sallenbein gets it, she drives baseline, gives it Towers, shoots a mid-range shot. That one back of the rim. We're knotted up at 4 with 7:15 to play.
It doesn't matter how much scouting you do. You don't expect Tessa Towers to take that shot, but she can hit it, and that's one of the things she worked on this offseason, really added it to her bag.
Cole has it, hands it off. Carruthers tries another three. This one rattles around and does not go. 0 for 2 from beyond the arc so far. Tagayi quickly in transition. Swings. Sallenbein, catch and shoot. Top of the key. 3 rattles in. The Cardinals' first lead of the game comes at a 7-4 lead with 6:47 to go in the first.
Bree Sallenbein is the definition of a modern-day big where you can't leave her open, especially at the top of the key. That's an eagle's eye look at the rim.
Diala gives it over to Carruthers. She drives to the right side. Fade away with the left hand. Bounces off the front of the rim and does not go. Salenbine rebound. Crosses and a miscommunication on who that ball was supposed to go to. It was tipped out of bounds off a hand of one of the Toledo Rockets. Or no, it'll go out of bounds on Salenbine. Sails over. Rockets ball.
Yeah, what I'm seeing from Toledo so far, especially in that last possession, and they're trying to play through Carruthers as they usually do, but Ball State, they're ready for it. So was Miami, of just forcing her to take difficult shots, those tough contested floaters, even those three-point shots, which she can shoot, but just forcing her, not trying to give her any open driving lanes.
She has it on the left wing, drives and swings it. A travel will go against the Rockets, and a stop for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Ella Weaver, just a mistake that you cannot make. That was a good look on that far corner. Toledo was spreading the love, a good possession, getting it deep into the shot clock. You like to see it, but a costly mistake once again.
Tagayi in the corner now. 3-second violation against Tessa Towers, a call you don't see too often these days.
Yeah, because it's really something they teach you when you're 5 years old. You can't hang out in the paint more than 3 seconds, but it happens to the best of us, even a player like Tessa Towers, who's done so well this year.
Anuba will cross the timeline, picked up full court, almost loses her dribble, now swings into the corner. Weaver, this three-pointer goes. Tied up at 7 with 5:40 to go in the first. Sloppy possession, but nonetheless ends in 3 points. Norman's pass is picked off by the Rockets, and Anuba, her layup does not go. Rebound from Kingery. Salenbine quickly in transition, looking for Kingery, can't get it to her, tipped out. Back and forth we go. Carruthers will slow it down, crossing the Cardinal center logo with 5:15 in the first. It's tied at 7, dumps it down. Cole has it. We'll give it back to Carruthers. She rips left, goes up with a right hand on the left side, doesn't get it to go. Scooped down. Tagayi has it. Pass tipped and off the hands of Tessa Towers. And that'll send us to our first timeout of the game. Tied up at 7, under 5 minutes to play. Some sloppy basketball so far, Roen.
Which we, for the most part, expected that from Toledo, but maybe not as much from Ball State. Sure, the Cardinals, they've had their own struggles with turnovers, but it hasn't been nearly as apparent as Toledo. Because, I mean, if you look at this, outside of Ashlyn Brook, most Cardinals, they're averaging over a turnover a game. That's something you can't have. You have to be fundamentally sound as a group. What we've seen in the last 2 possessions for Ball State, Bree Salenbine, I love the court vision, especially as a big. You just don't see it every day. But she's been trying to thread the needle a little bit too much. The paint will be completely clogged, and I get you want to give Tessa Towers that look, because even if it's a double team on Towers, 2-on-1, she's one of the most unstoppable players in the MAC. If she's underneath the basket, 9 times out of 10, she's probably going to hit that layup. She's probably going to have a strong take. But you just can't force it in there, because Toledo, they've done their homework. They scouted. They were ready for it the whole time, trying to take Towers out of the game compared to Salenbine. They're fine letting her shoot. They're fine letting her orchestrate the offense, but you just can't give Towers any kind of breathing room, and Toledo's done a great job at that.
Already Salenbine 3 turnovers. Carson Norman 2. Total for 5 between them, but then Towers has another, so that racks up 6 for the team. Toledo only with 2 turnovers. You mentioned it, a lot of turnovers from the Cardinals so far this season. Through 15 games, the team averages 18.5 a game, and there have been some outliers that are in the 20s and even the 30s. Yet they've still found ways to win those games, and so turnovers, yes, are a problem, but they've been able to push through and still compete and win some of those games.
Well, yeah, that's just basketball. It also comes down to the looks you have. Even last night, Ball State men's basketball, that was a matchup where Eastern Michigan, they didn't win the turnover battle. Actually, they had a lot more turnovers than Ball State men's basketball. However, Eastern, they shot 60%. Ball State men's basketball around 30 to 40%, and that led to the blowout win for the Eagles. So it's stuff like that. Turnovers aren't everything, but man, LJ, they're a great start for a team to take advantage of those opportunities.
Turnovers might not completely keep you out of the game, but man, they are sure not going to help. It'll be interesting to see if the Cardinals continue on this track of, well, we're halfway through the first half of the first quarter, and they already have 6. So not off to a great start. Cardinals late to break the huddle. Toledo not so much. They're out there ready to go. Candace Dykstra checks in for the Rockets, and Zen Verboot checks in for the Cardinals. So does Alba Calviero.
I've been very impressed with Verboot for Ball State. She's been in and out of the starting lineup, but she can excel really in any role. She can beat you down low, but she can also stroke the 3 very well.
Crossing the timeline, now working around the perimeter is Dykstra. She will swing into the corner. Fed Robinson will stop, pivot, gets inside, up and under, off the glass. A nice soft touch from the big guard, and that gives the Rockets the lead at 7-9 with 4:30 to play in the first. Norman works off a double screen, looking down low, can't get it to her. Swung into the corner. Now they get it on the left block. Calviero goes up, will kick to Norman. She's going to fire up a three-pointer, leaves it way short, but saved by Verboot. Kingery gets it back, fires up a quick 3, doesn't get it to go. Fought for a loose ball, will go out of bounds on the Cardinals, and the Rockets will take possession and look to get a 2-possession lead as they lead 7-9 with 4:08 to go in the first.
Carson Norman, she struggled with the three-point shot as of late. In her last game against NIU, a win for Ball State, but she shot 2 for 11 from the field. That's going to happen, but at the end of the day, if you keep leaving her open for 3, eventually she's going to hurt you.
Dykstra has it at the top of the key, guarded by Verboot. Dumps it down low. Now the Rockets working around the perimeter. Weaver has it, works off a screen, gets it down low. Diala kicks, now finds a cutting Fed Robinson. She gets another one off the glass, 4 straight for Fed Robinson, and they now lead 11-7 with 3:35 to go. Norman quickly has it, working off a Salenbine screen to her right. Drives into the paint, floats one up, doesn't get it to go, hits the deck, no foul, rebound by Delilah.
She wanted to go pick and roll with Salenbine, but Salenbine was just covered in the perfect spot. Diala had her right there despite the double team on Norman.
Working around now down low. Down to Diala, doesn't get it to go. Throw ahead pass from Salenbine into Verboot's hands. Now the extra pass to Kingery. She gets it to go on the right block. 9-11 with just under 3 minutes to play. Dykstra has it. Now we'll kick. Weaver drives in, looks for a pass, can't get it. Right before a foul on the ground will go against the Cardinals, their first of the game. Norman will check out into the game. Georgia Guarini. And also back into the game, Anise Tagai. Bree Salenbine will check out. Dykstra will inbound, or excuse me, Weaver gets it into Dykstra. We'll hand it off. Weaver now in the far corner. Will reset the offense and dribbles it up to the top of the key. Fed Robinson now has it, dumps it down. Looking down low for Weaver, off the foot of Alba. And the Rockets will reset once again.
Well, I do appreciate from Toledo in this game. It was something we did not see against Miami. They're going deep into the shot clock. There are many times where it'd even be just 5 seconds gone on the shot clock and they would throw up something. They've been able to settle in and be patient as an offense, which is really what you need to do, especially with a 30-second shot clock.
Carruthers and Anua back into the game. Down low, Diala puts one up, rattles around the rim and gets it to go. Another bucket down low for the Rockets. We talked about it. They are a shorter team in general than the Cardinals, but have had their way inside the paint. Verboot has it in the corner, working off a screen. Will fire up a three. Hand in her face, rattles around the rim. Rebound Tagai, and a foul goes on Fed Robinson. The Cardinals will inbound underneath their basket, down by 4.
That's another reason why Anise Tagai is an unsung hero for this Ball State squad. Some of the best rebounders on this Toledo team, with Anuba and also Diala underneath the basket, but Tagai, out of the equation of the play, jumps in, gets the board.
Greeny gets it in, but it's taken out of the hands of Kingery and into the hands of Anuba. Swung. Now, Carruthers, she's going to put a 3 up. Hasn't hit from beyond the arc yet. She gets it back, reverses. The Rockets will reset with 15 on the shot clock. Under 2 minutes to play, they lead 13-9. Reversed around. Anuba has it, thinks about a 3. Will drive and kick into the paint. Puts one up, doesn't get it to go. Rebound by Diala, and gets another one down low. 15-9.
Towers played good defense that time, but it's just tough when you can't close out on that board. That'll come back to bite you.
A turnover from the Cardinals as they trail by 6 with 1:28 to go. Out goes Verboot, in comes Salenbon.
Yeah, I just don't understand what the objective is there. I think she was looking to go down low, but there was no one even in the vicinity and just airmailed the pass.
Anuba trying to beat Tagai, but gets trapped by Salenbine. Too much body from Salenbine, and another foul. That one will be Bree Salenbine's second foul, I believe. Anuba trying to get it in. She does so. Gets it into Cole. She goes up over Salenbine. Leaves it a tad bit short. Tipped out. And the Rockets will control with 18 on the shot clock. 1:10 on the game clock. Carruthers dumps it down low. Diala will hand it off to Anuba. Anuba crosses back over. Drives baseline. Swings into the corner. Reversed. Now on the other side. Hocevar is going to try a 3. Can't get it to go. Hard off the glass. Salenbine gets it to Tagai. She has it on the far wing, reversed. Now Kingery on the opposite corner. Her 3-pointer is back iron and good. Grace Kingery makes it a 1-possession game with 40 seconds to go in the first.
How can you stop that? Toledo was ready for it. They brought 2 back as Ball State was going in transition. Even if you slow it down, Kingery will hurt you with the 3.
Carruthers works off a screen. Picks up her dribble and swings it. Anuba is going to try a corner 3. That one back rim doesn't go. Rebound goes to the Cardinals, but a foul will go on Cole of the Rockets with 22 seconds left in the first. Shot clock's turned off. Carson Norman checks back in. Ashlyn Brook also going to check in for the Cardinals. And for the Rockets, Evan Carrier checks in. Norman has it. Shot clock turned off. Down by 3, 12-15. Rockets lead. The Cardinals will get set up in a Horns offense. Works off a Towers screen. Gets it to Salenbine with 7 seconds. Dumps it down low. Towers goes up with it. Leaves it short. Fought for a rebound from Towers. Goes up with it again, and the time expires. Tessa Towers beats it 14-15 at the end of 1.
Really a great quarter for Ball State, bouncing back towards the back half of it. What a great way to end it, but still Toledo putting up a heck of a fight against the Cardinals, and I think that's due in large part to the offensive play style. They're being a lot more patient. They're being able to just hesitate even just a little bit, drain the shot clock as much as they can. That's where they fell short against Miami. Only 5-10 seconds into the shot clock, putting anything up they could, kind of giving up on the possession, but they're able to go even to 5 on the shot clock and get something.
Back and forth first half. Pretty shaky from the Cardinals. What do you think they need to do heading into the next 3 quarters in order to take the lead?
I know it's easier said than done, but you got to limit the turnovers. 8 first quarter turnovers is something you can't have. Toledo's winning that battle by a large margin. They only had 2. That's something I did not expect going into this game. I don't think really anybody did. Ball State, because if you look at it, what's 8 times 4? I haven't done math in a long time. What is it? They're on pace for what? Is it 32 turnovers? I hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, you all deserve to clown me for that. But I believe they're on pace for 32 turnovers in this matchup, and that's just unacceptable.
Indeed it is. A couple familiar faces in the crowd. Alex Richard, Madeline Bischoff, and then a former GA, Tyler, who was in charge of what I was doing last year with the practice squad. And so pretty cool to see them in attendance. I think you have the twins from last year. You also have Sydney in attendance. Very cool. Last year, all those players contributed to a MAC championship for the Cardinals in a historic season. But this year, this team's trying to replicate it. Not a whole lot of returners, but this game still means a whole lot, even though they're not super sure of what they're getting themselves into with this rivalry.
Which I think it goes to show the culture that Brady Solly has brought to Ball State. If you look at it this way, why are these players coming back just to watch? It's because of what the culture is at Ball State. Once a Cardinal, always a Cardinal. Even for Sydney Bolden and Haley and Olivia Smith, they transferred. They're at IU Indy right now, but they still wanted to come back, watch some of these new Cardinals, but also some of their teammates from last season. They really do a great job at building a sisterhood here at Ball State that you just don't see really anywhere else, not only in the MAC, but in the country a lot too. I think this Ball State team, what it has in common with last year's team, just how together they are on and off of the court. You can tell just how close-knit this group is, and I think that's due in large part to Audrey Spencer and Brady Solly.
I think you're exactly right. It's a phenomenal culture that they have established here in Muncie, Indiana. Great culture or not, you still have to win this game tonight. They're down 14-15. What have you seen from the Rockets that has really impressed you so far?
Really with Toledo is they've been able to go outside of Kendall Carruthers. I know it's tough because she is the focal point of your offense. They've been able to work around her because she hasn't had her best shooting day. Ball State has taken her out of the equation. They've clogged the paint, and that's really where she does her most damage. But they've been able to go to other options. The two that stood out to me, I did mention both of them in the pregame, that being Faith Fed Robinson and Miriam Diallo, both with 4 points each. Really, they've just been physical. They've been opportunistic on the board. You can't ask for much better.
10 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. Back and forth. The first half was 14-15. Now we get a whole new one. The Cardinals will have it moving left to right. Norman has it, waits for the call from Sally. Salenbine will set and give it to Kingery. It looks like the Rockets are in a bit of a matchup zone. Norman catches it in the far corner. Her three-pointer is good. We talked about the struggle she has had recently scoring the basketball. That one she gets to go in the corner and gives the Cardinals the lead with 9:30 to go in the second.
Hey, you can't leave her open. She will eventually hurt you, like I said after the last miss.
Carrier has it, now gives it over Carruthers. Guarded closely by Norman. Carruthers gets to that left-hand block and flips it up and in. Beats Norman to the rack and ties this one up at 17.
I'm curious to see if we'll continue to see that zone from Toledo. They're running mostly man against Miami, and they were getting beat for the most part.
Great pass down low from Ashlyn Brook. Results in a trip to the free throw line from Bree Salenbine. Ashlyn Brook, you've mentioned it, one of the few Cardinals that averages less than one turnover a game. Her and Grace Kingery both averaging less than one turnover a game. Not that they handle the ball a whole lot, but Ashlyn Brook shows right there she does have very solid court vision and puts it on display right there and gives Bree Salenbine a chance at two. The first one rattles around the rim and in. Cardinals lead with 9:06 to go.
Because even now, it's sad that Ashlyn Brooks' Ball State career, even now, is just a small sample size. A lot of that's due to injury, but this season I think she's been able to show the player she truly is, and she's been a really good role player for the Cardinals. That's why she's still getting very good minutes here in conference play.
Dykstra has it, picked up full court by the Cardinals, gets it across to Fed Robinson. Dykstra will regain the ball at center court, drive to her right, flips it over. Now working around the perimeter is Weaver. Swings across. Thinks about a three-point shot. Doesn't take it. Floater rattles around the rim. Does not go, and into the hands of Bree Salenbine. Flips it across. Down low, left block. Tessa Towers doesn't get it to go, but off the knee of Fed Robinson. Ball State will inbound underneath their own basket.
Even though that went off of Faith Fed Robinson, she won that small little battle against Tessa Towers. That's a look that Towers will get most of the time, and she was able to pickpocket her. You just don't see that every day.
Norman to inbound, struggling to get it in. Almost has been 5 seconds. Barely gets it in time. Ashlyn Brooke will look down low. They get it to Tessa Towers. She's going to work to her left, now her right. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Just a bit too strong. And into the hands of the Rockets. Quickly pushing in transition. Anuba gets her floater blocked by Towers. Fought for a loose ball between the two. It'll be a jump ball. And Toledo will remain with possession. Anise Tagai checking back in. Out goes Ashlyn Brooke.
Oh, Patricia Anuba, I'm sorry. That's not a bad look, but Tessa Towers is just a brick wall, stonewalling Anuba. What a great play by Towers.
The officials meeting and discussing, making sure everyone is all good on the same page. Tessa Towers may have got hit in the face, but looks like we're all good.
Man, she's taking a beating. She's the one that made the play. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate for Tessa. Inbound, gets in, and wow, right down to the right block, and the layup is up and in. Evan Carrier, right place, right time. Good pass there from Carruthers, tied up at 19. Norman goes in and out, floats it up just a bit too high. Some unexpected last-minute pressure from some help defense by the Rockets results in a wacky-looking shot.
Yeah, that's what I've liked from Toledo offensively, the off-ball screens that have gotten them good looks, but also the help defense down low. That's why it's a tied ball game.
Dykstra has it. Tagai sends it out of bounds. Toledo will reset across from the Ball State bench with 7:53 to go. We remain tied up at 19. Gets it into Carruthers. She has it on the left wing. Hands it off to Weaver. Weaver back to Carruthers, now off a screen. Finds Dykstra at the top of the key. Jab steps, goes up and under with the right hand. Finger roll is good. 21-19 with 7:35 to go in the second. Tagai has it off a handoff. Gets it down low. Pass a little high. Towers goes up to get it and finishes on the left block. A nice pass from Tagai. 21-21 with 7:21 to go. Fed Robinson up and under, Euro step, beautiful finish. Fast place ball continues. Norman tries to get it down low to Tagai. Tagai saves it, throws it back to Norman, out of bounds. Toledo basketball.
And for Ball State, that's going to go down as their 9th turnover of the matchup, something that can't happen. Going back to that last play from Faith Fed Robinson, I was confused on the roster why she was listed as a guard despite having the height and physicality of a big. Well, that's why. That Euro step up and under, you just don't see that from a 6'1 forward.
Dykstra has it, working off a screen. Now we'll give it over. Diala reverses back to Dykstra, works off a Diala screen, drives in, gets it down to her, tipped out by Salenbine. Throw ahead ball from Salenbine right into the hands of Fed Robinson. Sloppy play, that's turnover number 10 for the Cardinals. And number 4 for Salenbine. Toledo working around the perimeter, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Fed Robinson going to do it herself, loses her handle. Diala gets it, tries to go up with it. Cardinals all straight up, rebound Salenbine, gets it out and into the hands of Greeny. The freshman, cross-court pass to Kingery, she goes Euro step, bounces off the front of the rim, can't get the and one, but has an opportunity to tie it up. 23-21 Rockets lead with 6:19 to go in the second.
You saw how tight the defense was on the perimeter on Kingery. It's almost like they think she can't drive, when really that's the most underrated part of her game. They're expecting that spot-up shot because, let's be frank, she is a spot-up shooter. But she's able to push it into paint quite often, and it's something that defenses across the MAC are going to have to respect.
We await the first free throw from Kingery. She gets that one to go. The Cardinals as a whole shooting just under 70% from the line. Not necessarily where you'd want to be. Room for improvement, but not atrocious either. Kingery definitely helping that percentage go up here and just in general. Goes 2 for 2, 23 apiece. She checks out. Tagai checks in. 6:19 to go in the second.
Well, that's something you can control as a team, the free throw shooting. The good teams that separate from the great, a lot of it comes down to that free throw shooting and having those super high numbers.
Ball State picks up full court. Dykstra cannot handle the pressure. Tagai forces a jump ball. The Cardinals will benefit from it, and Salenbein will inbound before the Rockets could even get crossed half court.
I don't know what prompted the Cardinals to bring that press, but bravo and thank you, Brady Solly. That was genius. I don't know if they saw something on tape of Cadence Dykstra where she couldn't handle that, and clearly that time she couldn't.
Greeny works off a screen, picks up her dribble, gets it down low. It goes out of bounds, intended to get it down low to Alba Caballero. Now Greeny will inbound for the Cardinals. Gets it into Tagai barely. Tagai tries to look down low. Fed Robinson sends that right out of bounds. Norman will check back in for Greeny.
Yeah, the Cardinals once again avoid another turnover, but all of these turnovers are extremely avoidable. What I mean by that is just trying to thread the needle too much. Too many difficult passes that you can't make.
Verboot catches it, reverses, now down low. Caballero goes up with her left hand and gets it to go. When she can get the ball on offense into her left hand, it's likely going up, and she is so strong with that left hand. Gets it to go there, gets on the scoreboard, and gives the Cardinals the lead.
Yeah, she can do so much with the left and the right. Really makes her a versatile big down low.
Working around the perimeter, the Rockets now swing it over to Anuba. Now with the ball is Hocevar. She has it, guarded by Caballero. Floats one up, doesn't get it to go. Strong off the backboard into the hands of Tagai. She has it on the right wing, picks her dribble up. Cross-court pass. Verboot thinks about a three, can't get it. Tries to go down low. Trapped by the Rockets. Will kick over. Shot fake, mid-range, pull-up jumper, rattles around the rim. Does not go for the Cardinals. Rebound Rockets. And a loose ball foul goes against Zenverboot. Cardinals keep their 25-23 lead with 5:07 left. Nevertheless, a couple opportunities on that possession, just no points.
You have to be frustrated if your Ball State, especially in a game that's so close. You know that down the line, these points are going to matter.
Fed Robinson will bring it up. Picked up full court by Salenbein. She hands it over to Carruthers. Guarded closely by Tagai around the perimeter. Gives it over, Carrier. Now back to, oh my goodness, that one just a forced shot. I was so thrown off. Carruthers really trying to get her points, unable to do so. But the Rockets regain possession with the ball. They will reset, and Anuba will kick in the corner. Fed Robinson, not known for her three-point shots, going to try one. Can't get it to go off the back iron. They get another offensive rebound, but this time it's taken away by Tagai. Gives it over back to Tagai. Norman with a phenomenal extra pass, and Tagai will give the Cardinals a 4-point lead. 27-23 timeout Rockets with 4:15 to go.
That's what makes Carson Norman so great. The selfless play right there. She could have easily taken that herself. It would have been a contested look, but she knew especially where her eyes were. Her eyes were glued to the basket. It drew the Toledo defender off guard. She was able to find Tagai in the perfect spot.
And a heads-up play from Tagai to expect that ball to be coming back, and gets it up with her right hand, finishes strong. The Cardinals needed that one, as it had been a couple of sloppy possessions where they had a few good looks but just could not finish. On the other side, Toledo, I was so shocked that Carruthers took that shot, because the Cardinals were all over. Carruthers had it on the right block. She's a lefty, keep that in mind, but she has it on the right block. She gets trapped, kind of fakes, her back's to the basket, fakes going right, then fakes left. Her pivot foot is the right foot. She fades away with the left, but it just is off the back of the rim. But wow, Carruthers is very good and can score in tough situations. But man, that would have been a real tough one.
Yeah, well, LJ, I've known you for what, 2 years now? I don't think I've really ever seen you lost for words, and that's exactly what happened right there. But that's been the problem for Toledo. From the game I watched against Miami, it wasn't just what we saw on that possession from Carruthers, and this is no knock on her. I'm mainly saying this is Toledo's offense as a whole. They've been forced to take tough shots, especially early in the shot clock, that are really avoidable. They just need to be more patient.
Patience is huge no matter what you're doing, but especially in the game of basketball, if you can be patient with a 30-second shot clock, that adds a lot of value to a team's offense. And traditionally, Toledo's not a team that is super impatient, so I have been surprised to see their quick play and rush shots, and just every now and then, both ways, Ball State and the Rockets, but just some selfish basketball. But we ended on a high note in terms of unselfish basketball before we went to the break. You mentioned it, the extra pass from Norman. Is that what she needed in order to get going tonight?
Oh, absolutely, and I think she's already getting going tonight, not just as an orchestrator, as a maestro, you could say, but also as a shooter. That three-point shot in the corner was so huge for Norman to just get her shooting ability going. That was one of the things watching her at Butler last season that stood out to me. I mean, also, speaking of Butler, we got a former Butler Bulldog in the crowd in Alex Richard. But like I was saying with Carson Norman, that's what stood out to me at Butler. She was able to shoot the ball very well. Maybe the numbers haven't quite represented that here at Ball State, but I think me and you both know this, LJ. She's very well capable of doing that.
She averages just over 9 points a game. I think majority of that is coming from early in the season, early non-conference. She was putting up, high teens, low 20s, and that was not exactly what we had expected coming into the season, but was a pleasant surprise, and since then has dropped off a little bit, but also has picked up in the assist numbers, averaging just under 5 assists a game at 4.8, just under 4 rebounds, 3.9, and solid numbers from the junior transfer from Butler. Her and Salenbine, tight pressure, but they break it. Anuba tries a three and gets that one to go. The Rockets have cut it to a 1-point lead, 27-26, just under 4 minutes to play in the second. Tagai will have it. Look to drive into the paint, can't do so. Salenbine has it, dumps it down low. Alba cannot fully caress the ball. Doesn't go out of bounds, though. It'll be a jump ball. This one goes in favor of Toledo.
Yeah, that's why for Toledo, that's why you have Evan Carrier out there. That's the one thing she can do. I saw it last year watching her play at Western Michigan against Alex Richard, who she was guarding. She really held her own, and she's doing the same tonight.
Fed Robinson will swing it over. Now Anuba has it, working off a screen. Can't go anywhere. Fed Robinson will now hand it over. Anuba tries a three. Again, that one does not go. Way strong, bit of a heat check. Another jump ball will go, this time in favor of the Cardinals. That one between Weaver and Salenbine. Salenbine, a pretty quiet night, only 2 shot attempts. She's got 5 points total, 2 of those coming from the free throw line. Cardinals lead 27-26 with 3:20 to go. Verboot has it, driving baseline. Will get it on the right block. picks up her dribble, swings it to Guy, jabs up, and goes to her right. Now will reset, goes to her left, kicks. Salenbine thinks about a three, drives. Will dump it down low to Tagayi. Her floater is up and in. Cardinals lead by a field goal. Weaver has it on the right wing. Will swing over. Fed Robinson now at the top of the key. Looking to dump to Carrier. Can't do so she will take it. Now reverses. Anuba will lift and give it to Carruthers. Her mid-range jump shot. Back iron. Does not get that one to go. Into the hands of Salenbine. Verboot now has it. Back to Salenbine. Thinks about a three. Doesn't take it. Caballero will have it on the right wing and reset the Cardinal offense. Working around the perimeter with 18 on the shot clock. They will reverse it. Salenbine, top of the key, looking down low. Tagayi has it. Mid-range jump shot from Caballero is up and in. Her first points of the, or second bucket of the evening, excuse me. They lead 31-26. A foul goes against Tagayi. Her first. Low foul count between both these teams so far. 2 each in the quarter, but even in the first, it was pretty low.
I think it shows with the relatively high scoring numbers tonight. These are two physical teams, but it doesn't really show that in the foul count.
Fed Robinson has it. Will swing it now. Carruthers works off a Carrier screen, gets to the paint, will kick now on the right wing. Reversed. Anuba has it. Her mid-range jump shot, back rim, not good. A foul. Looks like it'll go against Alba Caballero. She will check out. In comes Tessa Towers. That's a big loss for the Cardinal. Man, what am I saying? That was a loss for the Cardinals as they had an opportunity. They had gotten a stop, looked to extend their lead as it's already 31-26. But to add on to that would have been huge. Rockets catch a break. Fed Robinson looks to go up and under. But an offensive foul as she wrapped her right hand around Salenbine's back. Not allowed to do that. That'll go against the Rockets and just trading fouls.
That's one of those plays where I think you just hope the official doesn't see it, but good eye that time.
Norman has it, will give it to Towers. Towers will hand it off to Salenbine, who will use a screen from Tagayi. Gets it down low. Beautiful pass from Salenbine to Towers. Her shot in the mid-block is good.
How she's able to use her left hand like that is so impressive to go up and under. She's been so good with the layup package.
3-point shot attempt does not go. Rebound by Anuba. Carruthers will reset the offense. Hands it off. Anuba driving in. Splits a double team. Can't get the layup to go. Rebound Salenbine. The Cardinals will push in transition. Quickly moving left to right. With under a minute now to play, they lead 33-26. Towers at it again, this time on the right block. Gets it up and under. Towers up to 8 points on the night. Under 50 seconds to play. The Cardinals lead by 9.
Toledo is more perimeter-centric with their defensive approach. Gave Towers that opening. That's led to the last 4 points.
Fed Robinson, crossover. Does not stop. Takes too many steps as she drove left. The Cardinals have an opportunity to get a double-digit lead heading into the half. Coming into this quarter, they were down 1, 15-14. This quarter, the second one, has been all Cardinals.
Yeah, when you put up 20 points in a quarter, you'll take that any time. But the way Ball State has done it, playing a lot more clean basketball compared to the first quarter.
3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. 22 now on the game clock. Cardinals will get into their horn set. Norman continuing to stall. Now Towers has it. Going to hand off to Kingery. Kingery gets it back, looking for a flare from Salenbine. She gets it, drives in, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Shot clock goes off. No time left for the Rockets to get off a shot. Shot is got off and late from Carruthers from the half-court line. Does not count, well after.
Yeah.
But pretty cool nonetheless. The Cardinals will jog into the locker room leading 35-26.
Yeah, one of those plays where you just wish, if you're Toledo, that it happened 2 seconds earlier. But nonetheless, Ball State, second quarter compared to the first, they were down by 1. But what led to that great second quarter, and the reason why they're up by 9, they had 8 turnovers in the first quarter. Only 3 in the second. Still not the numbers you want, but a steady improvement for Ball State.
Steady improvement indeed. We will send it to a halftime break as they are taking one as well. Roen and I might as well join them. 35-26 is the score. The Cardinals lead at the half. We will be back here shortly with more coverage. You've been listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paintwork on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Hey Cardinal fans, show your pride wherever you go with the Ball State Financial Debit Card, now featuring your favorite mascot, Charlie Cardinal. It's the perfect card for students, alumni, and lifelong fans, letting you show your Cardinal spirit with every purchase you make. And with Ball State Financial, you'll get all the convenience, security, and hometown service you deserve from people who love this community as much as you do. Explore the card in your hometown credit union at fcfcu.com/chirp. Ball State Financial, your hometown credit union.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
You're listening to SportsLink Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Your home for live Ball State sports.
It's halftime here in John E. Worthen Arena. The Cardinals lead 35-26. Right in front of Roen and I, we have the Ball State cheerleading doing a act.
I mean, they're doing a great job. I will give them that. They always do a great job. I mean, they're flying in the air. That's something I could never do, which, I mean, come on. if you saw me just 1 second, if you saw me in real life, you would know I would not be able to do anything near to the ability that these people are doing out there. But, hey, props to them.
Quite impressive stuff. Also impressive on the hardwood. The Cardinals in the second quarter, man, were they good.
Oh, Ball State in that second quarter compared to the first, it felt like a completely different team. They were shooting the ball better. They were more patient with their possessions, and most importantly, they were more careful with the basketball, and they were just in a better position overall. Ball State up by 9 at this point. Toledo, they've struggled to find their footing with the shooting of the ball. 32% compared to Ball State's 56%. Yes, Toledo is winning the turnover battle, but that can only do so much for a team when you're shooting 32%. If it's anything 40, 45 below, really tough to win ball games.
We talked about the turnover issue for the Cardinals. 8 turnovers in the first quarter, only 3 in the second. Much more manageable and also just more patient. You talked about it. The importance of patience is huge, and so the Cardinals were able to do so in the second. Now, if you look on the opposite side, well, its roles completely reversed. Toledo had maybe not as good of a first quarter as Ball State did in the second, but they were in control in the first quarter. They had outplayed Ball State. They were leading by 1 point, but they had outplayed them. In the second, they just got smoked. What went wrong for the Rockets?
Really, it came down to Kendall Carruthers was contained by Ball State. They were forcing her to take bad shots. Miami had it all figured out in the last game on tape, and so do the Cardinals. It just comes down to clogging the paint so she can't get any open driving lane. Really, it comes down to she's no longer the star of the show anymore. Then it comes down to players like Anuba, players like Ella Weaver, and so far they just haven't picked up the slack.
It has been interesting to see how the Cardinals have limited Carruthers, and I feel like they've done a very good job at that so far. Carruthers not having her traditional game, but if you look as a whole, I feel like she also just hasn't gotten to her looks. And how do you think Toledo can not necessarily force her to get to her looks, but just create smoother offense in order for her to get to her game?
Well, honestly, the three-point shot for her is something we really haven't seen today. The three-point attempts have been little to none. She's 0 for 3, and I know those numbers don't look great, but I think she's got to keep shooting the 3, and that's what's going to get you back into this game. Toledo, they haven't shot the ball well, and Ball State maybe forcing Toledo to take the 3 in the second half, kind of playing their cards right. That was no pun intended. Playing their cards right in the second half, just forcing the outside shots for Toledo. And if they can hurt you in that department, then the Cardinals might be a little bit lost in the second half of what the game plan will be. But that's another one of those things where you kind of have to wait and see. But that's an easy way to get Kendall Carruthers back into this game if you're Toledo.
Carruthers and Anuba have both shot 9 times. Carruthers 2 makes, Anuba 1. That is not what you want to see from 2 of your top contributors if you're a Rocket fan. Now on the other side, it's not necessarily been the prettiest of game for the Ball State Cardinals leading the way. Tessa Towers, 10 points. You expect to see her with especially the height advantage that she has against Toledo. Expect to see her getting her points. But those 10, majority of them came later in that second quarter.
Yeah, 6 of those, really what I counted, came in that last 2 minutes, which is crazy to me, and it came on the exact same play. I think Toledo was more focused on the perimeter. They saw Kingery hit a 3. They saw Norman hit a 3-pointer. They saw Salenbein hit a 3. You know, stuff like that made them think maybe we should protect the perimeter more. And they took away what they were doing earlier, which in some ways was a double team on Towers, but also just taking her out of the play, putting maybe a faster big, a player like a Fed Robinson on her, or a Diala, a faster big that kind of makes Towers a little bit slower, kind of puts her out of the play. But they took that away in that last half, and as we would expect, Tessa Towers really made them pay.
It'll be interesting to see how much the Cardinals look to involve Towers if I would assume they continue to go down low, and how will Toledo defend it? They had a little bit of a matchup zone for a possession or two. Will they continue to throw that at the Cardinals? We shall see. 35-26 is the score. 5 minutes until the second half begins. 20 minutes left will be played. Until then, Roen and I will send it to another quick break. We will be right back with second half coverage live on SL Digital, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Sometimes it's not the moment. It's the moment before the moment. The moment you make a choice. The moment you take control. The moment only you can own. GameBridge lets you invest on your terms. So you're not only in charge of this moment, but all the moments to come. Start investing now.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with our golden brown bread that's baked fresh in store. And you never compromise your wallet with our lower prices. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip.
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Behind every strong hip and knee. Behind every strong shoulder.
Good catch.
Behind every strong team is our highly skilled team of experts in orthopedics. IU Health is the official healthcare and sports medicine provider of Ball State Athletics, and we're here to keep you moving. From acute injuries to chronic pain and conditions, go where the athletes go. Walk-in appointments for new injuries are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you can always schedule a same-day or next-day appointment and wait from the comfort of your home. Visit iuhealth.org/MuncieOrtho to learn more.
Looking for flawless awards, trophies, plaques, medals, or engraved keepsakes right here in Muncie? Head to Awards Plus, your hometown expert for over 25 years. Located at 301 West Main Street, they're the area's leading trophy shop, serving the Muncie and surrounding area. Awards Plus delivers top quality with attention to detail and fast, reliable service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Stop by or call 765-282-3511. Awards Plus, where the achievements take center stage. A proud partner of Ball State Athletics.
Well, together, we're all in it together. And I said it in my press conference, it's not just the players, it's not just the coaches, it's the administration, it's the trainers, it's the strength staff, it's the alumni coming back, it's the people in the community supporting our program.
Together to me is just moving as one cohesive unit.
I feel like I could just go back to our conditioning, our workouts together.
You're building a lifelong brotherhood with this team.
When I hear that word, it fires me up because I feel like it explains, football in a sense.
New episode of Together is out now.
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Welcome back to Worthen Arena. Both teams out and ready to go. Clock dwindling down from 20 seconds. 35-26, the Cardinals lead the Rockets. It was a fun first half, Roen. What do you expect in the second?
I think we're going to see more physical basketball. The fouling, it just was a very low number for both teams, especially when you look at the high score. I think that's really the main reason. Toledo only 5 fouls in that first half. Ball State also 5 to their name, so a combined 10 fouls, and that led to a high score. Both teams are on pace to put on a scoring clinic. I think we're going to see more physical basketball, especially if the Cardinals reserve more minutes for players like Tessa Towers and Bree Sallenbein. Then I think we're going to see a lot more fouling.
It'll be interesting to see in the second half. The Rockets will get it. Cole to inbound to Carruthers. They now move left to right. The Cardinals in a trap zone. Carruthers picks it up in the corner, gets rid of it to Anuba, tries to go baseline, unable to do so. Trap from Sallenbein and Kingery. Result in a turnover just 9 seconds in.
That's the perfect play to run out of halftime if you're Brady Salee. That trap zone that really tests Toledo to see, hey, are you awake for this second half?
Norman gets downhill quickly, scoops it up with the right hand, and adds 2 to the total for the Cardinals, 37-26. 9:35 to go in the second. Carruthers working off a double screen, reverses it to Cole on the right wing. Swings back, Carruthers thinks about a 3, rips left. Gets to the left block, up and under, can't get that one to go, off the front of the rim, and into the hands of Sallenbein. Tagayi working to her right, swings over, Sallenbein looks low, unable to get it to Towers, tipped out of bounds off the hand of Delilah.
I like the look, though. Tessa Towers down low. That's how she got most of her points in that first half, was just on that high block underneath the basket trying to get something going.
Sallenbein's look does not go. A bit too strong. Out of bounds off Towers. The Rockets get a stop.
Toledo going back to what we saw earlier in the matchup with the man defense that's really been more focused on trying to prevent looks inside the paint, and just in those first possessions it shows.
Again, the Cardinals trap. This time a foul goes against Bree Sallenbein. Some physical basketball. The officials not going to let it get out of hands. The Cardinals pick up their first team foul, a minute and 3 into the third quarter. 37-26, under 9 minutes to play. Anuba has it and will reset the offense. Dumps it down low. Diala will swing it over to Carruthers. Carruthers dribbles it off her foot. An illegal screen will go against the Rockets. The Cardinals get another stop. Rockets scoreless so far in the third.
Yeah, these mistakes, the traveling, which I get with that trap zone, it's tough, especially when you're not expecting it to start a half. But an illegal screen, that's the second time they've called that on Toledo today. Stuff that can't happen, especially in a critical conference game.
Sallenbein will catch and rip left, getting downhill, goes up with it, and that one, soft touch off the glass. The Cardinals continue to add to their lead. 39-26, 8:25 to play in the third. Anuba has it on the right wing, swings over to Cole. Cole will reset and hand it off. Fed Robinson can't get it. They reset. Diala gives it to Cole. Cole goes down the baseline with her left hand. Can't get it to go. Foul on Tagayi. She thought she went straight up. So does Salee. The official sees it differently.
That's exactly what I saw as well. She went straight up with it. It was a great defensive effort for Tagayi. Salee's looking up at the big screen, seeing if he could get a review, but there was none shown.
It was actually just showing him.
Yeah.
His hands up. So I don't think that's what he was looking for. He signals the official to come over, and I'm sure they're having a nice friendly discussion about it. Cole's first free throw goes in, and the first points for the Rockets in the third.
Probably just talking about, hey, what's for dinner after this?
Yeah.
But Toledo, I want to see more urgency from them. We haven't mentioned it yet, but Toledo, if they lose, they fall to 1-2 in MAC play. That'd be their worst start to MAC play since 2019. I want to see them be more urgent.
Sallenbein has it, ripped out of her hands by the Rockets. Fed Robinson gets the steal, swings it over. Anuba left block, Diala left block, gets that one to go. Cuts it back to single digits, 39-30 with 7:45 to go in the third. Tagayi has it, dumps it. Towers, one dribble, up and under with the left hand, can't get it to go. Carruthers will push in transition. Bounce pass over Fed Robinson, swings in the corner. Anuba's three-pointer, that one back rim. That would have been a real pretty possession ender. Unable to get that one to go. The Cardinals still lead by 9 with 7:30 to play. Tagayi has it. Dumps it down low. Towers spins to her left, goes up with it, off the back of the rim, fought for a rebound. Diala will get the rebound in the stat sheet and hand it over to Carruthers. Quickly pushing on the left block, flies by Kingery, gets the layup to go. It's down to a touchdown lead for the Cardinals.
That's the look you love to see for Carruthers if you're Toledo. Driving in, Kingery just never had the angle on her, and that's just hard to stop.
Carson Norman, an uncharacteristic three-point shot, does not go. Back-to-back-to-back scoreless possessions for the Cardinals. The Rockets on the opposite side of that, scoring the past 3 possessions. They get into a horn set. Carruthers swings it over. Anuba is going to try another 3. That one does not go off the back rim. Fought for a loose ball. Out of bounds on Norman. It'll stay with the Rockets.
I like the change for Ball State. You go with you give Tagayi a bit of a rest, which I love the way she's been playing, the way she's been able to cut on the baseline. She really did need a rest. And you put in Verboot, who can do so much offensively and defensively, such a versatile player.
Weaver swings it out. Fed Robinson will reverse to Dykstra. Dykstra has it. Jab step, drives baseline. Will spin around. Weaver now has it. She gets by Kingery. Goes up with the right hand and gets it to go. 34-39 with just under 6 minutes to play. Kingery catch and shoot in the corner. That one knocks through the back of the rim, and a much-needed bucket for the Cardinals.
Yeah, notice when Kingery took that shot, I looked away because I knew what the result was going to be.
Another easy bucket for the Rockets. The Cardinals just letting them get downhill quickly. 36-42 with 5:40 to go in the third. Verboot has it, looking down low. Gets it. Now we'll get it back. She's going to pump fake a 3. Gets hit by Fed Robinson. That one will be on the ground. Out goes Kingery. In comes Ashlyn Brooke. Salenbine will inbound for the Cardinals with 5:34 to go in the third. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time to get an offensive set and look. They get it into Norman. She works off a double screen to her right. Reverses. Verboot wide open. A good three-point shooter. That one does not go. Goes off the back rim and rebounded by Anuba. Quickly pushing in transition. Looks for a cutter. Cannot get it to her. Travel from Verboot as she had the steal. Looks like she lost her footing a little bit. The Rockets catch a break.
Yeah, that was tough for Verboot. You just have to know where you are. That was a great play. Could have been an opportunity for Ball State. Not only that, it looked like she was trying to stand up after the fact, too. You can't do that.
Fed Robinson does not get her shot attempt to go. A foul will go on the ground against Verboot once again. Third team foul.
Yeah, what did I say about the physicality going into the second half? Toledo, they only had 5 fouls in the first half. 5 minutes into the second, already 3. Or Ball State, I should say.
The replay goes on the big screen. The red-out crowd here in Muncie does not like it. Nevertheless, we resume play. Weaver catches it off the inbound on the left block and gets it to go. The lead now has been cut to 4, 42-38 with 5 minutes to play in the third. Caballero gives it over. Now Salenbine, top of the key. Looking down low for Brooke. Can't get it to her. Brooke now catches it on the opposite wing. Finds a cutting Verboot. Her layup is good off the right block. Fought for positioning. Gets it to go. The Cardinals lead with 44.
What a great find by Ashlyn Brook, lobbing it up to only where Verboot could get it.
Carrier has it now, swings Cole. Cole cross-court pass. Another three-pointer attempt is fired up by Anuba. That one does not go. Rebound, and here come the Cardinals. They will slow things down with Salenbine. Thinks about a deep three, doesn't take it. Works off a screen now to her right. It's going to get downhill, skip pass. Norman in the corner, does not go. Her foot was on the out-of-bounds line right in front of the Cardinal bench. Associate coach Audrey does not agree with that call. Nevertheless, it'll be a media timeout, and the basket will not be good.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Audrey Spencer pleading her case, but the whistle was blown before that shot even got off. So even if it were to be overturned, the shot wouldn't count. That's the difficult part of it. What we obviously will never know. The officials aren't going to look at this, but still, that's something you want back if you're Ball State, especially when Norman is heating up. You'd love to add that to her numbers.
Norman, someone who we've talked about her a handful of times tonight. Not a lights-out three-point shooter, but can shoot it. That one would have been a huge one for the Cardinals' momentum after letting up a lot of buckets and really getting beat in the last few minutes. But then also just for the confidence of Carson Norman, she's unable to get that one to count. A good break for the Rockets.
Yeah, basketball is a mental game. Really, any sport is a mental game, and people don't realize that. You have to win the physical battle, and that's what I've talked about all day. That's what we've talked about all day. But the mental battle, that's the one that it's not against your competitor. It's against yourself, and that one might be the toughest one of all. That would have been huge for Carson Norman because you look at the shooting numbers right now, they haven't been pleasant. Just south of 30% with the three-point shooting. You know that she can do better, and you know she's capable of it, and I think we're seeing flashes of that with Norman.
4:14 on the clock. 44-38, the Cardinals lead. The last couple minutes, the Rockets have really been, I'd go as far to say dominating the last few minutes. What has gone into that?
With Toledo, just the physical basketball that I wanted them to play in the first half that we didn't see as much of. We saw Carruthers get a look downhill. I don't know how Ball State was kept off track of that, but Carruthers was able to get some looks, and they weren't afraid to kick it out as well. I think the shooting has been better for Toledo as well. They're getting similar looks. They've just been hitting their shots, and they're not afraid to play fearlessly, which I think was the problem in the first half.
That definitely was a problem. Their leading scorer on the season, Kendall Carruthers, still unable to really get anything going, has hit one shot on her two looks in the quarter so far. Anuba's been firing up the three-pointers, and that's not exactly what I expected to see from her tonight. Granted, she's had some decent looks, but she's 1 for 7. I'm curious to see, will she continue to let those fly from beyond the arc?
And most of those have been in the corner, and that's just the play design. I think you'd expect Anuba to cut more, but Ball State, they had it game plan, they had it ready. That's at least what it looks like to me, forcing her to take those corner shots. But Toledo has to remember, you don't have to settle for that shot, especially even when you're halfway through the shot clock like we've seen numerous times with Anuba. You don't have to settle for the corner three. You can slow it down, slow down the pace, and don't let Ball State control it like they have all day.
Back in action, 4:14 to go. Toledo will have it into the hands of Dykstra. Moving left to right, crossing the center logo, and on the Cardinal beak. Carrier has it. Will give it over, back to Dykstra. She avoids the screen, drives baseline, kicks out of bounds, but saved by Salenbine. Quite the save. Nevertheless, Cole will have it. Gets it down low. Carrier, her shot is blocked by Alba. Gets it back in a tough one in the face of Caballero. Nevertheless, gets it to go. It's a 4-point game. Salenbine catches, takes too many steps before the official catches her. 44-40 with 3:41 to play in the third.
Going back to that last layup for Toledo, it's the perfect example that the play isn't over. Even after the highlight play, Caballero made a great block, but props to Evan Carrier just picking up the slack right after. It got blocked right in their face, so what do? You get the rebound, you put up another one.
The Western Michigan transfer up to 4 points on the evening, and a tough bucket there. Cole has it, will swing it over now. Dykstra will reset the offense, swings it over. Carruthers has it. Kicks it out. Now Weaver, her three-point shot does not go. Into the hands of Tagai, quickly pushing in transition, moving right to left. Works off a screen. Looks down low, gets it to Caballero. Her shot does not go. Fought for, and she gets her own rebound. Norman will reset, working off a screen from Verboot. Kingery thinks about a shot, doesn't take one. Verboot catches it, drives to the baseline, gets her layup to go off the right block. 46-40, just under 3 minutes to play in the third. Carruthers quickly moving, gets to her left hand, gets it up, does not get it to go. Foul against Tagai will give her an opportunity to earn those 2 points at the free throw line.
That's another opportunity for Toledo that you'll love to take, even though Carruthers, not the best free throw shooter, only shooting 65% from the charity stripe, as we call it. They call it that for a reason. This is a big opportunity for Kendall Carruthers. That's one of the many ways you can get her involved. When she's running downhill, especially the way she has in this second half, it was inevitable she was going to draw some contact.
First free throw goes through, still down by 2 possessions. Ashlyn Brooke waiting to check in. Her second free throw is good. Brooke will check in now. Out goes Tagai. Also out goes Alba Caballero. Caballero had a solid stint right there, had some good defense. Offensive rebound. Towers checks in for her. Tessa 10 points. Had a strong finish to the first half. Hasn't done too much here in the second so far. 2:40 to play. She will have it. Hands it off to Ashlyn Brooke. She will use a Towers screen. Looks for a three-pointer. Can't get it. Towers catches it on the right block. Spins around. Doesn't get it to go. A travel called real early. And the Red Out fans do not like it.
Yeah, with Towers, it's a common mistake. Maybe not as much this season, more so last year. And good eye on the official. I wouldn't have caught that in the moment.
Dykstra will have it for the Rockets. Crossing the timeline, goes behind her back. Dump it over now. Diala, she hands it off. Getting downhill is Carruthers. She swings it over. Hocevar has it. She loses her footing, and that'll be a travel on the other side. Back-to-back travels.
Yeah, both teams, mano a mano, trading the travels. It can't happen. Toledo, these games, you're down by just 2 possessions. You have the opportunity to take advantage of a turnover, and you don't.
Verboot has it at the top of the key, down low. Towers, she immediately goes up with it. Can't get it to go on the left block. Too strong. And a rebound there from Diala. Cross-court pass, now down low. Goes up with it. A tough finish. Hocevar in the face of Ashlyn Brooke on the right block. It's a 2-point game with 1:40 to go in the third. 46-44, the Cardinals lead it. Norman works off a double screen. Will now again avoid a screen, gets downhill, flips it up and in, and that's an and one for Carson Norman.
We said it earlier with Toledo and Carruthers. When she gets downhill, she's hard to stop. What about Carson Norman? I don't think really there's any player on this Ball State team, especially when you look at the energy, that plays as hard as Carson Norman, and that's the perfect example right there.
Worthen Arena goes silent. Her free throw goes in. The Cardinals now lead 49-44 with 1:30 to play in the third. Carruthers has it, guarded closely by Norman. Carruthers working off a screen to her right. Takes an extra dribble, now hands it over to Dykstra. Dykstra fakes the handoff to Weaver. Her layup does not go, but a foul on Carson Norman as she tried to get a last-minute steal just a bit too late. Dykstra will have an opportunity to earn 2 points at the free throw line and cut this back down to a one-possession game.
Toledo, even though Ball State seems like they've had all the answers, they just keep finding a way to get themselves back into the matchup. And I think that's due in large part in the second half to the fouling on Ball State's end. They had 5 fouls in the first half. We're near the end of the third quarter, and they've had 5 fouls alone just in this quarter, and Toledo, they're already in the bonus.
It's a good point. A lot more fouls, and like you said, and what you expected, a lot more physical basketball. 1:09 to play. It's a 3-point lead for the Cardinals, 49-46. Norman has it at the top of the key. We'll give it to Kingery. Kingery looking down low. She gets it to Towers. Skip pass. Now back down low on the right block to Salenbein. Salenbein goes up with it. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound Towers in her face. She puts it right up and gets it to go. 51-46. Carruthers calls for a screen. Gets it. Gets downhill now. Swings into the corner. I don't know how she saw Fed Robinson, but she did. Fed Robinson gets downhill. Carruthers will get the ball back at the top of the key. Working off a screen, stops, pivots, and swings. In the corner is Cole. Guarded closely by Verboot. Swings it over now. Getting downhill is Dykstra. She kicks into the corner. Fed Robinson tries a three. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound Norman. No shot clock. 18 total seconds. But the Cardinals aren't going to pass up a wide-open layup for Bree Salenbein. 53-46. 10 seconds to play. Carruthers has it. She's all alone on the left block. Works off a screen. Swings it over. Now Cole's going to try a three. That one back rim does not go. Rebound Verboot, but a foul goes against the Rockets. And Cole right before the horn. Now the Cardinals are not in the bonus. We await to see the officials' final decision here.
Because they would put probably .3 on the clock. That's about when it occurred.
Cohen Myers, a member of the practice squad, jogged out there getting ready to do the shooting competition for the end of the third quarter, but was sent right back off because the officials have not made their final decision. They are going back to the monitor to give it a look. An interesting decision to blow your whistle in that spot, just because both teams very physical, trying to get after it, and well, it didn't look like anything more than that.
Yeah, that's really what it was. There are some times where you just have to let them play. I think that wasn't, hey, I was right. They put .3 on the clock. And with Ball State not being in the bonus, I just don't see the point.
Nor do I. But .3, nevertheless, will go on to the clock. Coach Brady Sally chatting with the official and gets a good laugh in.
I don't know if he's laughing at like, oh, this is ridiculous, or if it's all right, let's do this. I don't know what it is.
That is one that we will never be able to know, but nevertheless, they get it in. Norman catches it, and now we're at the end of the third quarter, 53-46. The Cardinals lead the Rockets. Cardinals got off to an extremely hot start in that third quarter. Then the middle section was owned by the Rockets, climbing back and eventually got it to a 2-point game. The Cardinals took control from there. They lead by 7. 10 minutes left on the clock. Roen, it's been a very good basketball game. What do you expect in these final 10?
I expect Ball State to continue what they were doing in the third quarter and just keep playing physical basketball. And there were times where it was detrimental. What I mean by that is just the fouling. And I think we'll see a more conservative approach with that, a more disciplined approach. I think that's really the right word. And Brady Sali, he instills it into this group of players. So I would expect more of that. Ball State, a 7-point lead. It's comfortable, but not too comfortable, especially not just any Toledo team, any team like that, just any MAC opponent, especially in this conference where no game is over. It's a 3-possession game. Anything can happen. I think Toledo knows it. Ball State, they should know it.
Cohen Myers, one of my practice squad teammates, shooting a layup, free throw, three-pointer, and then a half-court shot. So far, his only miss has been the three-pointer. Knocks down that. He's got 10 seconds to hit a half-court shot. The first one is up, and he gets it to go. Cohen Myers from half court.
I don't know, LJ. I think his foot was on the line. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, man, that was funny. Cohen Myers knocks down a half-court shot. You don't see that too often here at in Worthen Arena. Most of the half-court shots sail very short or way right or left.
Well, last night when I was here for men's basketball, some kid, and if this kid's listening, I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you out, buddy, but he hits the Jumbotron, and then it comes down, and one of the Chirp Vision handheld camera people by the basket, it comes down, hits them in the head.
Wow.
Maybe the worst miss I've ever seen.
Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. Hitting the Jumbotron, that's pretty impressive. I can't say I've seen that.
Like, it hit like the corner of it. Luckily, it didn't hit any of like the LED screens because, I mean, hey, that probably cost that student a pretty penny.
Yeah, that is good that nothing was damaged. But it is always good to see someone have some success from the half-court shot. Whenever I think of that, I think of the one that happened in Miami at the Heat game back in like 2014 or 15 when that dude hit it, and then LeBron like tackled him out of the huddle. That was pretty awesome.
Because that's two dreams come true in one. You hit the half-court shot, you win like $10,000 or whatever it is. Cohen, I don't think he got $10,000, but still, I'm sure he got a nice prize back, courtesy of Ball State Athletics. But the fan got $10,000, and he got hugged by one of, if not the greatest of all time. I mean, that's just an added bonus, I guess.
His day was probably it's probably one of the best days he'll ever have. Roen, today's not too shabby. We got a pretty good basketball game right here. An exciting fourth quarter. Two teams in the MAC that have been so good. These two met in the MAC championship. Very different rosters this year. Doesn't really seem to matter. Tight ball game.
Yeah, let's not forget that the last time Ball State played at Worthen Arena, December 20th against Eastern Michigan. That one was tight down to the wire, but ultimately the Cardinals pulled away in that final minute. I wonder if we'll see anything like this. What kept Eastern Michigan in that game was the three-point ball. Toledo, it's been non-existent. 2 for 17, and both of those came in the first half. If Toledo wants to win this game, we're going to need to see more of the three-point shot. That's really been a non-factor.
Norman will get it, and the 10 minutes have started to tick down. Salenbein will spin around and hand it over. She keeps it off the fake handoff, gets the layup to go, and one. Bree Salenbein starts off the fourth quarter with an opportunity to convert on a three-point play and give the Cardinals a double-digit lead.
They're expecting a handoff on the perimeter to Kingery, and Salenbein has her eyes glued to her, but at the last second just pivots, and the Toledo defender doesn't have the angle on her. And what do they do to make up for it? They foul, but when Salenbein has such a great touch at the rim, it's hard to do so.
Handful of substitutions. Tagayi checks back in, so does Fed Robinson and Weaver for the Rockets. Worthen Arena goes silent, rattles all around the rim, but goes in. Salenbein makes it a 10-point lead for the Cardinals, 56-46. Quickly in off the inbound, Carruthers has it trapped and double dribbles. Another rare call, but a good eye from the official. The Cardinals will get it with 9:41 to go in the fourth.
That really shows what it's been like for Toledo in this second half. A myriad of traveling calls and then a very avoidable double dribble. I feel like that's even more avoidable than a travel.
Norman has it. Looking to get rid of it. She does so. Hand off to Tagayi. Tagayi dumps down low to Towers. Towers to Tagayi. Tagayi pump fake. Gets it to go. Some good offense from Ball State.
I've talked about threading the needle and how Ball State had trouble with that in the first half. Towers put that in the perfect spot for Tagai.
Working around the perimeter, Fed Robinson has it. Will reverse now. Weaver hands it over to Carruthers. Carruthers dumps down low. Diala has it. She goes up with it. A foul will go against Tessa Towers, or excuse me, Bree Salenbein, her third. Diala will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, you go into this, Ball State already in the first minute going on a run, and they're up by 12. Not what you want if you're Toledo. These free throws are all the more important. Yeah, it looked like there was a problem with the substitution. There was a debate whether Verboot was going to check in for Salenbein or not, but they end up going to Verboot.
Yeah, I was a little confused what was going on right there. Not a bad play, not a bad call with 8:56 to go. Salenbein 3 fouls. You have a comfortable lead right now. No need to risk anything and have her get her 4th early in this 4th quarter. Second free throw does not go. 47-58. Pass towards Tagai, tipped out of bounds by Fed Robinson. The Cardinals will now inbound across from their bench. Verboot will inbound. Gets it in. And Norman will reset the offense. Towers has it. Verboot will catch it at the top of the key. Reverses now to Norman. Tagai has it at the top of the key. Looks down low. Gets it to Towers. She goes up with it. Leaves it way too short and rebounded by Carruthers. Carruthers quickly pushing. Weaver, catch and shoot three-pointer. That's her game, and that's her shot. A three-pointer added to the total for the Rockets. It's an 8-point lead for the Cardinals with 8:20 to go in the 4th. Tagai has it on the opposite wing. Now Towers thinks about a jump shot. She's going to take it. Rattles off the back of the rim. Fought for a loose ball. Foul goes against Tagai. Her 4th personal. No need. Cardinals did not want that to happen, but nevertheless it does. Tagai with a mistake, but no one coming in to substitute her out. She will stay. 8-point lead for the Cardinals. Just over 8 minutes to play. Fed Robinson has it at the top of the key. Hands it over Diala. Diala goes up with the right hand. Tough layup. Does not get it to go. Rebound won by the Cardinals. Foul goes against Fed Robinson on the rebound attempt.
And now we're starting to see Toledo play more physical themselves, and I think a lot of that comes down to desperation and frustration as well. With Fed Robinson, Verboot had 2 hands on that. I think she's just frustrated she didn't get there and got a little bit too handsy.
Norman gives it over to Verboot. Verboot looking low, doesn't find anyone, gives it back to Norman at the top of the key. Reverse to Tagai. Tagai drives in. Looks to go up with it, a super acrobatic shot. Can't get it to go in the paint. The Rockets go the other way. Carruthers, pound dribble, 3-point shot doesn't go. Rebound, Weaver fought for a loose ball and stolen by Kingery. Kingery, fast break. She's going to go up with it, can't get it to go, but a foul on Diala will give Kingery an opportunity to give the Cardinals a 10-point lead again, 58-50, heading into the 2 shots with 7:20 to play in the 4th.
Kingery was in the right place, right time, really the right spot. And the way she was able to streak across the court, that's what led to the desperation call for Toledo to foul Kingery.
Her first shot is up and in. Kingery with a quiet 10 on the evening. She reaches double digits. Worthen Arena goes silent once again. Free throw is not good on the second from Kingery. 59-50 with 7:15 to play in the 4th. Carruthers has it, working off a Diala screen. Getting downhill, pump fake, stops, gives it to Fed Robinson. She kicks. Another 3-pointer in the corner. Does not go for Anuba. Rebound from the Cardinals. Quickly moving is Tagai. Kingery thinks about a 3-pointer, gives it up. Verboot, her three-pointer is good. Cardinals lead by 12.
One of the many ways Zen Verboot can hurt you, and that just really hurts for Toledo.
Carruthers goes up with it. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Norman. Has an opportunity to add 2 to the total for the Rockets.
As Zen Verboot, just a great touch from the perimeter. We've seen her get more and more minutes as the season has gone on, and really that's for the better. Usually for younger players like that are new to Division I basketball, we see minutes dwindle going into MAC play. It's really been the opposite. Verboot even started in the New Year's Eve game against Akron.
A rare time that head coach Brady Sally will adjust the starting lineup. But a big roll for the freshman. And a big-time 3 that she knocks down. The Cardinals lead by 10 after the 2 made free throws from Carruthers. Carruthers checks out, gives her a little break before the final stretch. 6:40 to play in the fourth. Picked up full court by Dykstra is Carson Norman. Tagayi has it on the opposite wing. Now working.
Wow.
Miscommunication between Zen Verboot and Carson Norman. Norman on a late back cut.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just unreal. And Norman cuts. That's the definition of a miscommunication. Verboot thought she was going to stay there on the arc. Doesn't happen too often.
Dykstra has it and will cross that Cardinal center logo. Working off a screen. And that will be an illegal screen by Hocevar. Tight defense from Carson Norman. And the Cardinals get a big-time stop after that silly turnover.
Yeah, the third illegal screen, second in the half for Toledo. That time, Hocevar, the culprit. She has that height. She can set a good screen, but they can't get set.
Norman gets downhill quickly, flips it up with the left hand, adds to the Cardinal total, 64-52 with 6 minutes to play in the fourth. Fed Robinson has it, goes between her legs, and will pick up her dribble at the top of the key. Hands it over to Carrier. Carrier, the free throw line, will give it back to Fed Robinson. She picks her dribble up. Now Dykstra down to Carrier on the right block. Carrier goes up strong with the right hand over the taller Tessa Towers, gets it to go. Back down to a 10-point lead for the Cardinals with 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Towers catches on the right block, kicks, Salenbein, corner three-pointer, bounces off the front rim, does not go, rebounded by Anuba. Quickly pushing, Dykstra has it on the far corner, looks down low on the baseline, gets it to her, that's Fed Robinson. Muscling out Kingery, adds 2. And the Rockets are up to 56. It's an 8-point lead for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Fed Robinson, a guard. That's where she has the mismatch over Kingery.
Too easy for Bree Salenbein. She gets downhill real quick. Back up to 10 points, 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Cardinals looking strong there. Salenbein with 12 points. Down low, Anuba catches it on the right block. Will dribble it back out to the perimeter. Swings it over to the left block where Dykstra will reset. She gets a screen by Carrier. She drives to her right. Skip pass. Anuba in the corner. This time it goes. After a handful of attempts, Anuba finally knocks one down. This one in the corner and a big-time shot.
Now 2 for 9 from 3.
Towers' right block layup is good. Every time you seem to talk, they just go down and score both teams.
Maybe I should keep talking.
It is fun when both teams are scoring at a high rate, 68-59 with 4 minutes and some change to play. Anuba feeling it from downtown, leaves this one a bit short. The Cardinals let it go out of bounds underneath the basket. A media timeout will be called. 4:06 to play. The Cardinals lead 68-59.
Ball State with 4 minutes left. It's really been all Cardinals in this fourth quarter. You look at it's 15-13 in the scoring margin in the fourth. That might not seem like a lot, but the way Ball State has been getting those points, they've been tiring out Toledo. You can tell that Toledo they're lacking a little bit of energy going into this final stretch. That's why I really like the move by head coach Ginny Bogiz to check out Carruthers. Check out your star player, your point guard. She can be the spark plug in these final 3 or so minutes whenever you do decide to check her in, maybe even out of this timeout. But Ball State, the way they've been able to run downhill, really have Toledo playing the catch-up game, it's really tough.
The fight song playing from the band. 4:06 to play. The red out crowd on their feet. It's been a very fun game, like you said just a couple minutes ago. Just hot. We expected it to. It's been a high-scoring game. We expected it to get ramped up from both sides. It has definitely in the last couple minutes. Both teams just flying down the court and getting easy layups. So not necessarily what you want to see from a defensive aspect, but if they're scoring, you're scoring, it's just going to keep evening it out. And that's why this lead remains around 10. Right now it's 9 for the Cardinals. It'll be interesting to see what the Rockets come out of this break with. How do you see them closing this game out?
For Toledo, like I was saying earlier, I think you go with Kendall Carruthers and see, hey, she's had maybe 2 or 3 minutes to rest. Is that enough time to have her come into this game and continue to play through her? There were times in the third quarter where it seemed like it was working to go through her, but also ever since she's gone out of the game, even though it's a 9-point deficit for Toledo, players have stepped up. A couple that come to mind are Patricia Anuba, who finally hit that three-pointer in the corner, the one she's been attempting all day, and it hasn't gone her way. She was able to come up clutch, really the most important time to hit that shot. Ella Weaver, she is a three-point shooting machine. We haven't seen it today, but she had that big three. Toledo shooting a lot better from three in the fourth quarter, but still those numbers are not flattering at all. If we're looking in this game as a whole, 4 for 22 for Toledo from three. That's 18%.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I'm no mathematician or anything, but I do know 18% usually not good. In this case, it's not good. Toledo has not shot very well from downtown. You mentioned it, though, Ella Weaver, and she just hit a huge one a couple minutes ago. Just a step-in transition three, catch and shoot, couple feet beyond the three-point arc, which got extended from last year. The men's and women's three-point arc now exactly the same in college basketball. That did not used to be the case, and so already extended it a tad bit. This time, she's even a couple feet beyond that, looking near that NBA line. And so, very impressive range that Ella Weaver has. You mentioned it. We haven't been able to see it. It hasn't been on full display tonight. But when they've needed her and given her an opportunity to knock them down, she's done so.
It's a shame that the double perimeter, the double three-point arc, no longer a thing. But you have to adjust in the women's game, knowing that it's further back. And I think Toledo, they've had trouble with that in this game, but Ball State as a whole, I think the three-point shot has really benefited them down the stretch this season.
Norman has it and will reset the offense. Under 4 minutes to play, 15 on the shot clock. Spins around, looking for Salenbine, unable to get it to her. Barely gets rid of the ball before a 5-second is called. Salenbine catches it on the opposite wing. Skip pass to the near corner. Towers goes up with it. The shot clock expires right before. Towers unaware of that. Salenbine tried to point it out just a bit too late. 3:35 to go. The Cardinals lead 68-59.
And that's simply because Towers had her back turned to the basket.
The Cardinals pick up full court. Anuba breaks the press, goes up, stops, floater doesn't go. No one gets the rebound, but now 3 people do. Fought for a loose ball. This time it will go Toledo ball.
Yeah, that was a great play by Zen Verboot. There were 3 Rockets around her, a sea of Toledo blue. She was able to come away with it, but not quite. Toledo draws the jump ball. They have possession.
Weaver looking to get it in. No one's open. Finally gets it in. That time it's in to Diala. Diala gets it over to Carruthers, guarded closely by Salenbine. Carruthers takes the dribble to her right, swings it to Cole. Carruthers gets it back, looking down low for Cole. Diala has it. She goes up with it. Her shot blocked by Towers. No time left on the clock. Carruthers gets a shot off just in time. The three-pointer from the top of the key is good. The official wants to review this one.
Ooh, maybe something with the clock there, because she got that off at 1.
Yeah.
If it's a matter of did she get the shot off in time, it's going to stand.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why necessarily they stopped the clock, but oh, okay, that's why they stopped it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty clear, I thought, but a big-time shot from Carruthers, and oh my goodness, you could not have needed that anymore.
Yeah, because look at the bench. That's one of the biggest things, too, is we've now have the timeout called right after. Look at the Toledo bench. Immediately, everybody stands up because it's a 2-possession game with 3 minutes left. Anything can happen. I mean, if you think about it, I know Toledo, they're 5 for 23 from 3 on the day. That's not great. But if you think about it this way, 2 3-pointers, that's a tie ball game. If they can continue to get stops like they have in the last couple of minutes on Ball State, then Toledo can really make this a ball game.
3:01 left on the clock. You mentioned it. Toledo can make this a ball game, even though we looked at the numbers. Shooting percentage isn't necessarily what you want, but if you're able to, especially you put yourself in this position, you're down by 2 possessions, so you're in this game completely, and yet you've shot this bad, you're in a fine spot. That's how I think they should be looking at it.
Yeah, Toledo, there's a lot to hang your head about if they end up falling short. Because remember, this game's far from over. If Toledo does end up falling short, there is quite a bit to hang your head about. You're going to wish you shot the 3 better. You're going to wish that maybe you didn't turn the ball over as much. But even then, they've been a lot better with that than previous games. Only 14 turnovers in this game, but still not great. There are things you're going to wish you had back, but the fact that they were able to go in and compete with Ball State, it's impressive. Despite all of that, they're able to keep this a 2-possession game, and we're saying this like this game is over. It really isn't. Toledo is right there, and this is a ball game. 2-possession game, 3 minutes left. Both teams have plenty of timeouts. Toledo has 3, Ball State has 4. This is a ball game.
It's 100% a ball game, and this is a good one. With that being said, back and forth, the Rockets had a lead at the end of the first quarter, and since then have kind of trailed by around 10 points and just hung around. They have hung in this one, down by 2 possessions, 68-62, with 1 second and 3 minutes to be played.
And for Ball State to get that edge, you got to eliminate Carruthers like you were doing for the most part in this game, because now you're starting to get the feeling she had that 2 or 3 minute rest. She comes out for the final 4 minutes or so, and maybe 1 possession doesn't tell the whole story, but it seems to me as if now we're seeing the Kendall Carruthers that we were expecting to see all day. Ball State has to avoid that from happening, because if Toledo is going to come back and win this game, it's going to be through Carruthers.
That 3-pointer that she hit at the end of the shot clock, there hasn't been a bigger shot tonight. That one, if that gets her in the right headspace to get going and finding good shots and knocking them down, playing with confidence, that's a huge boost for the Rockets. It'll be interesting to see how the next 3 minutes are played. The Cardinals get it in, but the Rockets pick up full court. Towers will catch it as they cross the timeline. Salenbine works off a Tower screen, closely guarded by the Rockets, working around the perimeter. Anuba all in Salenbine's face, but she gets rid of it. Towers goes up and under, a tough finish over Diala. 70-62 with 2:30 to be played. The Rockets have no plan in slowing down. Cole catch and shoot 3-pointer, leaves it a tad bit short. Tipped off the hands of Weaver. Looked like it could have been off for boot, but the Cardinals benefit as they lead by 8.
That's a possession Toledo will want to have back in the long run, especially if Ball State can do something with this possession.
The Cardinals easily break the press of the Rockets. Norman picked up, double-teamed, but an open Verboot in the corner, three-pointer hard off the back iron, doesn't get it to go. Rebound Weaver, gives it over to Carruthers, and she will push on the left side of the court. Kicks over, Anuba's going to try another three-pointer. That one cannot go for her either. An early shot in the shot clock does not go for Anuba once again in the corner. Salenbine picked up by Anuba. A timeout from Brady Sally. Anuba about 8 inches shorter than Salenbine, but yet the aggressive defense that she plays results in Cardinals being forced to take a 30-second timeout.
And not only that, it was just a smart timeout by Brady Sally, not only because Anuba forced the hand, you could say, of Brady Sally and the Cardinals coaching staff. It's also a good timeout because you have 3 left. You might as well burn one at this point, especially in the final 2 minutes where you're up by 8. If you can score here and drain enough clock, this could be the dagger for Ball State if you think about it. You get one more stop after that, and that all but seals the deal. This is a really important possession for the Cardinals.
Important may even be an understatement. If the Rockets can get a stop, that will be huge. 2 minutes to be played. In the last minute and 7 seconds, the Rockets haven't scored, and they've only let the Cardinals get a 2, but that's still a total of -2 for the Cardinals. For the Rockets. They do not want to end a game like that. Verboot will catch it at the top of the key. 1:45 to play, but 10 on the shot clock. Gets it to a cutting Kingery. She thinks about a shot, doesn't get it. Kicks Verboot down low, now to Towers on the right block. Takes a dribble, can't get it to go, but a reach-in foul. Miriam Diallo a bit too handsy.
Yeah, to say the least, and I understand because Towers would have broken away regardless of that, and she probably would have gotten the 2 points. I don't think that is an egregious foul, but that's something you want back, especially with Ball State in the bonus. And that is her 5th foul, yeah.
That's a big loss for the Rockets, especially just the big presence inside. The Rockets have to go to a bit of a smaller lineup. Worthen Arena goes silent for Towers' first free throw. She can't get it to go with 1:36 on the clock. But if you think about it, Toledo might as well go small. I mean, if you're fouling Tessa Towers, I think that's who you'd want to be fouling, and that's who's going to have the advantage. Towers goes 1 for 2 from the line, adds to the total for the Cardinals, 71-62. Well, as I was saying it, out goes Tessa Towers, in goes Anise Tagayi. Both lineups going pretty small other than Bree Salenbine in. Some fast-paced play.
Yeah, the reason for that is just a chess match, and Brady Solly made the right move as he was just countering what Toledo was doing.
Anuba has it at the top of the key, working off a screen. Gets it to Weaver, the three-point shooter. Gets it, catch, shoot all around the rim, but in. Rebound from Verboot. Heavy pressure, trying not to foul. Salenbine gets it, but apparently travels. Salenbine doesn't like the call. Neither does the crowd, but Toledo likes it.
Yeah, I think they want maybe a foul on Toledo. I think they force Salenbine in that position. That may be what they want. And Brady Solly, looks like Ball State, they just call a timeout.
30-second timeout from the Cardinals. And Brady Sally, I think that one's being called just to reassure that, Bree, we trust you with the ball. Take a deep breath, slow down. You have, Patricia Anuba, defensively, I'd be scared if she was guarding me because she is all over the place, very physical, learning how to play physical and not foul. Super valuable for a team like Toledo who relies on that. The Townsend transfer has come in here with Toledo and made an impact this season, but man, although she hasn't shot the ball particularly very well tonight, she has showed up on the defensive side and is a reason why Toledo's still in this ballgame.
Yeah, at 5'7", she's not the tallest player, but she's going to make that impact just being a complete pest. That's what she's really been to Ball State all day.
1:12 to be played. Toledo to inbound. Weaver gets it into Carruthers. Carruthers will drive into the paint, goes up with it, can't get the layup to go, but can get a foul. She'll have an opportunity to shoot 2, and that only took 2 seconds off the clock. Very efficient.
That's exactly what you want. That's the best look you're going to get, and it's able to drain clock because Carruthers is so fast when she's able to get downhill into the paint. It's big for her to get to the charity stripe.
Towers checks back in for Tagai. Carruthers' first shot goes in. No doubt about it. 63-71 with 1:10 to be played in this game. Awaiting Carruthers' second shot. It will bounce off the back rim, rebound Towers, and a good call to get her in. Toledo again trying not to foul, but picking up full court. Heavy pressure, Salenbine has it. Doesn't see someone coming behind, and Carruthers gets a steal. Anuba has it, kicks, Weaver, catch and shoot, 3, leaves it a tad bit short. Rebound, Anuba at 5'7", a very impressive rebound to keep the possession alive. Timeout, Toledo.
That's a game-saving play. That is a game-saving play by Patricia Anuba to come away with that. You're down by 9. It's a 3-possession game. I should say down by 8. It's a 3-possession game regardless. And what you need to do in these 52 seconds, get efficient looks like we've seen in the last couple of possessions for Toledo. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't waste time on that game clock. That is very important.
Carruthers missed her first free throw of the game. Not traditionally known for her ability to be a great free throw shooter, but tonight 5 for 6. Hasn't shot the ball very well, but will continue to stay aggressive. She's 4 for 13 from the field, but a team high 14 points. That is right above her average of 13.7. The Rockets get it into Carruthers. She catches and shoots a 3-pointer in the face of Norman, and it's good. The Cardinals lead, but almost turn it over. Kingery looks to pass over her head to Salenbine, but great defense from the Rockets. Almost forced a turnover. 66-71 with 47.2 to go. 27 on the shot clock, so 3 seconds went off there. The Cardinals look to get it in. They do, but it is tipped and into the hands of Carruthers. She goes up with it, can't get the layup to go, but yet again will go to the free throw line.
Unreal. Unreal what has happened in the last 8 seconds exactly. A 3-pointer by Carruthers, and then Evelise Cole makes a great play, putting Ball State kind of in a coffin's corner when she poked it out of bounds. Really tough to get that inbound play. Now all of a sudden, this is crazy. Kendall Carruthers could make this a 1-possession game all on her own.
Knocks down the first free throw, 1 of 2. Now attempting the second, up to 15 points on the night. Make that 16. You just said it. Carruthers has made this game a 1-possession game by herself. Granted, with the help of a couple teammates, deflecting passes and, But scoring-wise, it's all Carruthers. She had a slow start to this one. Still has not been shooting it very well, but the 2 threes in the towards the end of the fourth quarter, and then the aggressiveness to get it and just go to the rack. Man.
Yeah, so 19 points for Carruthers. That's maybe the quietest 19 points I've seen, because remember in that first half, she only had like 3. It's crazy what she's been able to do, especially in the last 4 minutes. Another genius move by head coach Ginny Bogas of Toledo, knowing to give her that rest, because you need her down the stretch. You need her in the final 3 or 4 minutes. We knew eventually she was going to show up, but I didn't think we would see it at this magnitude.
Ball State and Toledo Every time they match up, we expect a good one. Weren't sure how we would look this season. Toledo 500 in general and in MAC play. Ball State 11-4 on the season, undefeated in MAC play. But man, these two teams, no matter the records, it's going to be a good one. 43 seconds to play. The Cardinals get it in. Norman has it at the Cardinal logo. Moving right to left, closely guarded by Carruthers. Norman has it. Now under 20 seconds, she dribbles for the first time. The Cardinals looking to tick off more time as she dribbles closer and closer to the baseline. Works off a tower screen. Now goes back the other way. Goes up with it. Scoop layup. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound Towers. She has it. Timeout from the Cardinals. Tessa Towers, big time offensive rebound.
That was a very smart timeout by Ball State because Towers was at a disadvantage. With that shot clock turning off, she was trapped in a moment where Toledo's desperate to get the ball. With 14 seconds left, what it comes down to for Ball State, any scoring play wins the game. It really does when it's a one-possession game. But also Toledo, you can't get too physical and you can't get too desperate when you look at it with Ball State in the bonus. For both teams, they just really have to play their cards right. But the Cardinals right now, they control their own destiny. They're in the driver's seat of this game.
You have one inbounds play. You have to be looking to get it into Kingery, Norman, Salenbine. One of those three, I would assume, is who you're trying to get this into. Up by 3. On the other side, Toledo down by 3. They know, just like we know, who that ball's likely going to. One of those three. I'm very curious to see, do they try and trap and get a steal right away, or is it an immediate foul and hope that they miss?
I think what we're going to see is, I think the foul game would be nice for Toledo. It could work, but it would depend on who you're fouling. If you foul Carson Norman, which is why I think Ball State should inbound to her, I think that should be the move, then you're not going to win that game because she's going to hit at least one of those free throws. It just depends on who you foul, if you do foul.
Double screen, they get it into Norman. She has it fouled immediately. Not even a second goes off the clock. Norman will head to the line to shoot free throws. We could be in for some of the longest 13 seconds of our life, Roen.
Yeah, but the more you think about it, though, maybe that is the right call to foul her because you just don't know. If Ball State, if you just play defense as you normally would, you don't foul, and you let Ball State just slow it down, they could get this down to like 5 seconds and there's nothing you can do about it. But now you really have a fighting chance. Even if Norman, as she misses that first free throw, even if she hits that second one, you still have a shot.
Norman's second free throw up and in. 4-point lead with 13.8. Carruthers has it. I assume looking to get downhill quick, but they're taking their time for being down by 4. Now under 5 seconds, 3-point shot attempt goes up, rattled around, rebound Norman. The Cardinals dribble it out. Man, that was a fast 13 seconds, Roen. The Cardinals have won it 72-68. What a weird finish.
That was wild. So Toledo, I don't understand why they were slowing it down when they got past half court. You have 13 seconds, and it's a 2-possession game. You got to go. It doesn't matter if it's a three-pointer, try to get something down low. It doesn't matter. You got to score within those first 5 seconds. Toledo finally recognized that urgency. They throw up a bad shot, the three-pointer. Anise Tagayi was all over it. She knew it was a bad shot as well, just stuffing it. That's all she wrote.
You said it. Great defense and a big-time stop from Anise Tagayi. Good job avoiding a foul as well. But a very interesting way to end that game from Toledo. No urgency from Carruthers. I would have expected her getting downhill real quick. Unable to do so. Nevertheless, the Cardinals, whether you want to say catch a break or not, get a stop on the last possession. and most importantly, stay undefeated in MAC play.
What a thrilling matchup. Ball State moves to 4-0. It's looking great for the Cardinals. We know last year what happened when they started 11-0 in MAC play. To have the hot start, it's huge for Toledo. Even though it was a valiant effort tonight, they fall to 1-2 in the MAC. And it hurts especially because this is a team that's usually very successful to start MAC play and really just in the MAC in general. The last time this team started 1-2 in MAC play, you have to go all the way back to 2019. That just goes to show across a couple of head coaches, Toledo's been able to carry that success even into this year.
Ball State stays undefeated in the MAC. Toledo, like you just said, drops for the first time in a long time. Also, Jenny Bogus drops for the first time with a non-winning record in MAC play. Only her second season in, but a lot of work to be done for the Rockets. Opposite for the Cardinals, very impressive. Brady Sally, phenomenal job on the bench, the coaching staff, and then the execution. A big-time win for the Cardinals. They get it done, 72-68. Roen, any final thoughts here from Worthen Arena?
This is a win for Ball State that you really should be proud of if you're a Cardinal fan. I mean, the way they were able to battle it out towards the end, Toledo gave them a fight. This Toledo team is better than what their record says. I think they showed that tonight. They came into a tough environment, ready to play, and I think overall they played well. But Ball State was still able to beat Toledo on their best night. It wasn't the Cardinals' best night, but that may have been Toledo's best night, and Ball State beat them. You have to be impressed.
It's a big-time win for the Cardinals. Stay undefeated, and the season goes on. 72-68 is the final from Worthen Arena for Roen Elbert. I have been LJ Shrieve. You have been listening to Ball State Women's Basketball on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.